How do you increase sales in retail? That's what we're going to talk about today in this video. So increasing sales in retail, that's a huge topic that a lot of people want to do, right? Because they think more revenue makes better profits. Well, there's a few things that go into that, and we'll talk about them in this video. But the first thing we need to do is make sure that we know what's really selling in the retail business. We need to study our business, study our customers. What are they buying? We need to go back through and look at our history of what they've been buying for long periods of time. Okay? Now, I gotta tell you, my wife has a t-shirt company. She started it during the pandemic and she wanted to see what was going to sell, what wasn't going to sell. So, go do some soft openings, kind of like a restaurant, and go see what people are really buying and then stock up on those things. Pretty simple, right? It's a simple thing we can do is just test out the market to see what sells. We can also look at what else is selling in the market that's in our category too, to understand what's really selling and seeing what the volumes are, okay? And it's pretty hard to just go out there and throw a dart at a dartboard and think something's just going to sell. Okay, so we need to really study our business if we're going to succeed and stay for the long haul. If we have a storefront and people are coming in, we don't want it all cluttered. That's going to turn people off. We want them to come in and be as relaxed as possible. This is why realtors actually would tell customers that were selling their houses to bake a sheet of cookies, so when people walked into the house, they'd smell the cookies, because typically when people smell cookies, what do they think about? Yeah, that's right. They're happy and they're hungry. And when people are hungry, they actually buy more. So note to self, if you're going to the grocery store, don't go when you're hungry, because you will buy more. You'll walk past that Cinnamon Toast Crunch goodness and go, I think I need to have that. So make sure that when we're going through and selling, we have it as a relaxed environment as possible. So having some scents, and there's scents that actually relax people more than others. So go and study those, like lavenders. They're really more of a relaxing kind of smell. The lighting actually helps depending on the kind of people that are actually buying. So women have different buying habits than men, than kids and whatnot. And I know kids are just like all over the place sometimes, so that's why we don't take our kids when we go clothes shopping for them most of the time. But we have to sit there and pay attention. So if you go into like a high-end department store, you can actually see this played out. You'll see how they invite people in, how they have stuff staged in the different areas, the scents, the sounds, and the lighting they have in those environments, in the different departments. Go check it out. Go do the study. Because if we want to win, we actually need to study and see what everybody's doing and take those best practices out there. Okay? We also need to make sure when we're engaging with the customers, so when they walk into our doors, we're not hitting them like hawks and just chasing after them. And what's the first thing they always say when they walk into our stores? When we say, hey, how's it going? I'm just looking. I didn't even ask that. Can I help you with anything? Nope, just looking, just browsing, right? They got their defenses up. So we need to make our environments more relaxed and inviting, and we're going to succeed. And you'll see that in some higher end places that they actually do a really good job at doing this because they've studied people, okay? So we also have to really study what Costco does. Costco's phenomenal, and Sam's Club does the same thing. They actually give away stuff for free, right? Those free samples, they're not doing it in the kindness of their heart. They know two things. The first thing they know is the longer you're in the store, the higher the probability you're going to buy something. So offering you those free samples, guess what happens? They know that you're going to stay longer. You might buy an extra 10 to 20% more stuff. Number two thing is, when someone gives us something, we automatically want to level the playing field. Yeah. We want to balance the scales. If we feel like we owe somebody something and they've given us something, we're going to do more. That also goes into us buying more. And here's the deal. If you can get less customers, but they buy more stuff, you become more profitable because each customer has a cost to do business with them, to manage them. So the fewer we have that buy more and more of our stuff, the more profitable we actually will be. So these big stores have really studied this, and they've really set themselves apart to actually make more profit. Not necessarily just revenue, but more profit. So in retail, we need to really start studying those things. And what are some things we can do that go the extra mile? Now, all the time I teach in my sales trainings about the 90 days after the sale. How can we make the customer super successful with whatever they buy, especially in retail, that can make them super successful for 90 days? If we do that, guess what's going to happen? They're going to come back to us and they're going to tell their friends and family members to do business with us because they had an exceptional experience. Think about when you went to a restaurant. That's right. When we went to a restaurant and we had an exceptional experience, what did we do? We told everybody, right? Word of mouth marketing is still the number one way to market. You can do Instagram, you can do all these other like Facebook ads, all these kind of ads. But when we go and engage people, if we serve them well, we're going to organically grow more business. That doesn't cost us anything more. But then just giving an exceptional experience. So we want to make sure that we're inviting, we want to overserve customers, we want to help them. By doing so, we're going to get more sales. If you have any more questions about the sales process or anything on sales, check out the links below in the description. I've got a lot of ways to get a hold of me and those trainings that will help you. But if you have any more questions, feel free, reach out. My contact information is below. I'll be glad to help you. I love talking to businesses and helping them grow and finding ways to get more profits. We'll see you next time.